Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel, and we are going to be continuing our 1985 World Series What If replay. Moving on to Game 3. The Cardinals lead 2-0. In Game 2, Vince Coleman ended up getting, 3 stolen bases, scored 3 runs, and it was a St. Louis blowout. They won 3, 9-3 in the game. So looking at it, this is getting to a point where some of these are almost must wins. John Tudor still has 2 more starts in the series, and he was very good in the first game. He shut Kansas City down. So if the Cardinals can win one more, then that really means he just has to win one of 2, which isn't a guarantee, seeing how Clemens pitched in the last series that I played. But uh, St. Louis is in a really good spot. This is where they were in real life, though, so we'll see what happens. Moving on to the game and what's going to happen with the lineups. So let me switch that because Kansas City is on the road now. Put St. Louis at home. There we go. So Kansas City's going to roll out the same lineup: Smith, Wilson, Brett, White, Sheridan, Sundberg, Balboni, Biancalana, and then Brett Saberhagen, who was one of my favorite pitchers back in the time. He will be starting for Kansas City. His fatigue rating is an 18. St. Louis is going to go with Coleman, McGee, Herr, Clark, Van Slyke over Cedeno today, Pendleton, Porter, Smith, and Joaquin Andujar. His fatigue rating is a 20. Brett Saberhagen is a 33 K3 Z3, so he has the pitching advantage over Andujar's 21 K2 Z2. The Z3 it's a big one. So the Z3 prevents or cuts a walk to 2 balls with nobody on base. With a runner on first and second in different areas, they still allow walk, but it's the ones with bases empty which is really big. So that's a good one to have. The Z2 is other base situations, so pitching advantage to Kansas City, but we're going to see how this plays out. Hopefully the dogs let me play. They're looking at me right now, staring at me, not knowing what they want. But I just got back from there they go. I just got back from doing some shopping. I had to go to IKEA and Home Depot. So anyways, getting some house projects done. We're going to go ahead and get started. Lonnie Smith will lead off. Let's check the formulas to make sure they're okay, just to make sure, and they are. And he will lead off with a ground out. 1 out. Willie Wilson will go to the second column and will triple. Triple for Wilson. I don't know how many triples he had, but he has a lot of 2s in that second column. Runner on third. 1 out. Infield will play deep. 62 is a walk to Brett. Got to pull up the cards here. Runner on third just to make sure. Yes, it is a walk. First and third, 1 out. Frank White will go to the second column. He's going to get a 6-star. That will be a double to deep center, clearing the bases, and he's going to steal third. So, like yesterday when St. Louis jumped on top of them, Kansas City is jumping on top of St. Louis today. So that is now 2-0. And there's a runner on third with 1 out. Pat Sheridan is up. He's going to fly to center. That will be a double play. That's the one thing in this game. There's runner on third, flyouts are not good. So a fly out to center and a fly out to right is a double play. A fly out to right, at least a G would score. But with a fly out to center, it's going to be McGee with his second double play of the series, throwing out someone at the plate. That'll do it for the first. 2 runs on 2 hits. None left on base, and we are going to go to the bottom of the first. Vince Coleman to lead off against Saberhagen. He will get a base hit and a stolen base again. An error check is passed by Sundberg, so a runner on second, nobody out. McGee is going to hit a 25. This could be a double play. Frank White is a fielding 3, and it's a line drive double play. So he lines him, Coleman breaks off the bag, and he gets thrown out at second. Double play, 2 down. Tom Herr will get 2 balls, and he grounds out. So a good start, but it stopped pretty quickly. I didn't put the hit in there. No runs, one hit, none left on base. We go to the second. Sundberg to lead off. 27 is a ground out to third. One out. Steve Balboni will ground out to short. Two down. Biancalana will ground out to third. So quick inning for Andahar. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the second. Jack Clark will get a 25. That's a ground out. One out. Let me make sure. Yeah, one out. Andy Van Slyke. No, 2 balls. So with those steal numbers, he has 2 11s and 2 10s. That limits the amount of hits that he's going to get. So on his 55 is a 14. That is 2 balls. And a 64 is a strikeout. Saberhagen comes back to get him, strikes him out. One out. Terry Pendleton, 39. Rare play check 36 is a 36. That's a fly out. 2 outs. Darrell Porter, 36. 33 is a strikeout. So Saberhagen strikes out 2 in the bottom of the second. We move on to the third. The score is still 2-0 Kansas City. Saberhagen to lead off with a strikeout. One out. Lonnie Smith, error check 32, 21. That is the first baseman, and that's going to be an error by Clark. So the error check is a 12, Clark is a 33, E3. Runner on first, one out. Willie Wilson, 11, single, and steals second. So Wilson is coming through. He's stepping up today. Runner on first. We do an error check on the catcher. That passes. And we have second and third. One out for George Brett. 42-9. And that's going to be a base hit. So a 22 is the check. Andujar's a 21. He doesn't cover, so it's a 9 single over short. Runner scores out of the third. So another run for Kansas City. This one's unearned. But that doesn't matter at this point. They will take it. 3-0. First and third, one out for Frank White. 29. Andujar is a range 2. Actually, we checked the first baseman there. So Clark will pass the error check. Out at first, pitcher holds the runner at third, throws batter out at first, runner to second. So ground ball, one hopper to Andujar, checks the runner at third, turns and throws the runner at first. 2 down, second and third for Sheridan. He will walk him. Andujar walks Sheridan to get to Jim Sundberg. Bases loaded, 2 outs, and an 8 is a base hit. Single through short, 2 runners score. Runner on first moves to second. Andujar is getting knocked around. Not pitching well in this one. Both of those are unearned. It is 5-0. First and second, 2 outs. Steve Balboni, 44. And that's a ground out. Fielder's choice. They score 3 more runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. 2 left on base. The score after 2.5 is Kansas City 5, St. Louis nothing. Good job by Kansas City answering. They answer the 2-0 deficit and now putting pressure on the Cardinals. Okay, so the Z3, it would have been a walk and a stolen base to Ozzie Smith, but the Z3 stops that. That's 2 balls. And now it's a fly out, 1 out. Andujar is going to hit. 12 is a 25 is a ground out, 2 down for Vince Coleman. 30 is a fly out. No runs, no hits. We go to the fourth. Biancalana with a base hit. They are just knocking Andujar around. Yet 16, his fatigue rating's a 20, so he's almost there. Saberhagen's going to bunt. Oof. 66 is going to be a 1, which is a base hit on the bunt. Nothing going well for the Cardinals now. First and second, nobody out. Lonnie Smith is up. He goes in the second column and 2. That's going to be a triple. This is going to be it for Andujar. Enough of that. Actually, first, second, yep. Second column 2 is a triple, clears the bases. Second triple of the game for the Royals. I think I have a Royals jersey in my closet. I should wear that. Hit, 2 runs, and they score. And that is it for Andujar. So when I was back in the young days, I played adult baseball out of high school, and while I was still in college, played adult baseball, and we had a team that was sponsored by a restaurant called Rory's. And when that restaurant closed, we weren't sponsored anymore. We just changed our name to the Royals. So I still think I have a Royals jersey. I'm gonna check the closet. I'll wear it if they win the series. We'll see. Okay, Andujar goes 3 plus. Gives up 8 hits, 2 walks, 1 K, 7 runs so far, but he's on the hook for Smith. It's 7-0. Willie Wilson's up. 33. Oh, sorry, I need a pitcher. Pitching will be Bill Campbell. Soup. So Campbell's coming in. His fatigue will be a 4 for this game. Wilson gets a 33. Runner on third. And that's a strikeout. 1 out. Runner on third. They're still deep. They're getting whacked. Fly ball to center. Here we go. This is going to happen again. Fly ball to center. Runner out at the plate. Double play. So, 2 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits. None left on base. Andujar closes the book. 7 runs, 4 earned. This is one of those things that the double play happens. And again, Dave Gardner, I watch his videos, and he has a lot of experience, talks to a lot of people, and one of the things he said is trust the game, trust the game engine. And yeah, weird things happen, and things that may not necessarily happen all the time. Whatever it is, you trust the game engine, and it all works out. I know Bill does a good job with this game. The stats are really close. They're really accurate. I like what he's done. So I'm going to trust the game engine. Yeah, that's a little frustrating sometimes when you get double plays with a runner on third all the time. But that's what it is. Kansas City will take the 2 runs, though, and move on to the bottom of the 4th, up 7-0. Willie McGee to lead off. He goes to the second column and gets a double. Runner on second. Nobody out. Tom Herr, 14, will walk. The Z3 doesn't stop that, so he walks. Here we go. Possible rally here. Jack Clark could cut the deficit right now. And it's a fly ball to right field. So out in right field is Pat Sheridan. He has an arm 1. Fly out, the runners hold unless you're a G, which McGee is, and he will move to third. First and third now, 1 out for Van Slyke. 44. Ground out, runner holds out of the second. Grounds to third. Gets the out at first. Second and third, 2 outs. Pendleton up. 56, he's going to get out of it. Second and third, 34 is a fly out. No runs, 1 hit. 2 left on base. We go to the 5th. 7-0. This is 2 blowouts in a row. I've had a lot of games that were close, and now the last 2 are going to be kind of blowouts. Frank White to lead off. Fly out to center. 1 out. Pat Sheridan grounds out to the pitcher. It's a K3. Yep, ground out. 2 down. Jim Sundberg will fly out to the left. No runs. We go to the bottom of the 5th. That's it for Campbell. He goes 2. Porter to lead off. 29 is a ground out. 1 out. Ozzie Smith will get a base hit and steal second. Runner on second. 1 out. They will pinch hit for Campbell with Tito Landrum. Get him into the game. Runner on second. 1 out. Landrum up. Fly ball to center. He will hold. 2 down for Vince Coleman. 55. 14 star will be a walk. Again, first and second, and a chance for some runs. Willie McGee will fly out. So they cannot capitalize. They can't come through in the clutch there. No runs, 1 hit, 2 more left on base. We go to the 6th, 7-0. Coming to pitch is going to be Jeff Lottie again. His fatigue rating will be a 6 for this game. Bottom of the lineup, bottom 3, Balboni, Biancalana, and the pitcher's spot. Balboni will lead off with a single, though. Base hit. Runner on first. 1 out. Nobody runner on first. No outs. Runner on first. Biancalana. 8 will ground out. That's covered by Lottie. Runner on first. 1 out. Saberhagen's just going to bunt. 25. 3 will move him over. Don't take any chances hitting. Just get the bunt down. Move him over to third. 2 outs. Runner on third for Lonnie Smith will get a base hit and drive him home. That's a clutch hit right there. Single run scores. Hit run scores. And it is 8. That's 10 hits. Didn't mark that hit. 8-0. Willie Wilson, runner on first, will fly out. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Tom Herr to lead off with the grounder to short. 1 out. Jack Clark. Doubles. He's a 6, is a double. Runner on second, 1 out. Andy Van Slyke. 10C. It's going to be a base hit. Runner on second is a single over third. The run scores. Okay, so base hit for Van Slyke. Clark scores. They're on the scoreboard. After what happened yesterday, they got to be a little weary here. Runner on first, 1 out. Pendleton up. Fly ball right field. 2 down for Darrell Porter. He walks. 45 is a 14 star. He walks. Runner on first. First and second, got to do the fatigue number. Got to look at that in a minute here. First and second, 2 outs. Ozzie Smith, 8. It's covered by Saberhagen. That'll be a fly out. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 left on base. 2 left on base, sorry. And we go to the 7th. 2, 3, 1. He has 5 hits given up, so that's right. Okay. Okay. 8-1, top of the 7th. Lottie can still pitch. He's faced 5 batters. He's got 1 more. Brett to lead off with a base hit. Okay, there's that. I'm going to pull Lottie. He's done. We're going to do a double switch. Porter's played the whole time. I'm going to pull him out. Yeah, I wouldn't normally double switch the catcher, but I'm going to do it. Because I think one of the few players that hasn't played for them is Nieto, so he's going to come in. Coming in to pitch in the 7th inning is going to be Rick Horton. There we go. Nieto's up. Horton's pitching. Fatigue rating of 7. Nieto goes into catch. He's a 13 or 2. Runner on first, nobody out. Frank White up. 45, he's going to walk him. Not the start that Horton wanted. First and second. Pat Sheridan, 12. Double play. Grounded to third. Around the horn to second. Back to first. Double play. 2 outs. Runner on third for Sundberg, who will walk. Can't get out of it. Nothing's easy right now. Steve Balboni to put the game away. 9. First and third. 9. Horton covers it, and it will be a short fly out. That will end it. So Horton gets out of the jam. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left on base. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. Saberhagen is an 18 fatigue. He's at 15, so he's getting close. Nieto to lead off. Will ground to short. 1 out. Vince Coleman will ground out. 2 down. Willie McGee strikes out. Saberhagen gets through that inning. Okay. Biancalana lead off, grounds out, 1 out. Saberhagen's going to stay in. He strikes out. 2 down. For Lonnie Smith, who flies out. No runs, no hits. That will do it for Horton. He goes to, bridges the gap to the 9th, though. So Saberhagen in probably, this will be his last inning. Tom Herr to lead off. He grounds to short. 1 out. Jack Clark with an 8 base hit. Clark's got 2 hits in the game. 6th hit for the Cardinals. Runner on first, 1 out, 27. Brett is a range 3, and that will end up being a fielder's choice because Vance Lyke has got good speed. 2 down. Runner on first. Terry Pendleton grounds out to short. No runs, 1 hit, and that will do it for Saberhagen. 1 left on base. Saberhagen goes 8, gives up 6 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 3 walks, 3 Ks. We go to the 9th. 8-1 Kansas City. Still not going to pull anybody. They're gonna ride it out with their lineup. Pitching will be Ken Daly. And his fatigue rating will be a 4 for this game. Willie Wilson to lead off. Flies out. 1 out. George Brett grounds out. Okay, 5. That's going to be a strikeout. Strikes out. 2 down. For Frank White, who flies out. Daly does a good job. 3 up, 3 down. Go to the bottom of the 9th. Coming in to pitch for Kansas City will be Dan Quisenberry. Got to close this one out. Oops. So Quisenberry, who has a fatigue rating of 9, although I doubt we're going to get there. St. Louis will pinch hit with Steve Braun. Nobody on, nobody out. Braun is up. He flies out. 1 out. Ozzie Smith is up. 42, a Z4. So there's a Z4 for Quisenberry. He's a 14, which isn't good. He gives up hits, but he doesn't walk anybody. So that's pretty good. 42 ends up being 2 balls. 35, 23 error check on the catcher. A 22, and that will be, oh, no, that's Balboni. Yep. Ground out, 2 down. For Tom Nieto, 2 outs, nobody on, 9 and a base hit. Staying alive to Coleman. Z4. Just don't have any of those, so I have to check. He does not walk him. That's 2 balls. And a fly out to end it. That'll do it. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on base. Mark that. Hit, left on base, and that's the ball game. So Kansas City returns the favor. 8 runs on, let's check, 2, 5, 8, 11 hits. Didn't mark one of them. I forget to mark the hits when the relievers come into the game. No errors, 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error for St. Louis. So that's it. That's the final for Game 3. Kansas City gets that really it's almost a must win. It's pretty much a must win. Saberhagen does the job. Goes 8 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 3 walks, 3 Ks. Andujar is the loser. He goes 3. Gives up 8 hits, 7 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, and 1 K. And that's going to do it here from Busch Stadium, I think, in St. Louis. Game 3 in the books. Kansas City wins 8. Kansas City 8, St. Louis 1. That's it for tonight. You guys have a good night. I will see you guys tomorrow with the next video, Game 4. Have a good night.